Okay, so I am making a video today. I have been kind of MIA from YouTube for the past 3 weeks and really just making content at all. I accomplished a really big goal of mine, which was to monetize my YouTube channel. And I finally monetized. And, in my true fashion, once I accomplished that goal, I was kind of uninterested in pursuing it anymore. So I've been working for 4 years to monetize my YouTube channel, and I just kept being closer and closer and closer. And finally, I just did a really big push and finally monetized. And then for some reason, have just been completely uninspired to make content. Now that I've reached the goal, I'm just over it. And that is very common of my personality, that I'm very ambitious, very goal oriented. And as soon as I make the goal happen, no matter how long it's taken, I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. So that's basically what happened. I've been working so hard to make content over the past 4 years. I went from real estate content to documenting my, diagnosis, and then leaving my life and traveling. I've kind of just been documenting everything. Now it's going more towards like health and wellness as I've dove further into that. And so, yeah, I've just been a little bit uninspired. Kind of a recap. So as those of you guys have been watching my channel, so I moved to Sayulita, Mexico in April, May, like the very end of April, early May. I went and got surgery in Mexico, moved to Sayulita, and had never been there before. Didn't really have a big game plan, just kind of went, got surgery, and was just going to kind of hope for the best. And well, I was there for 5 months, or 4 or 5 months, and honestly, things didn't pan out the way that I thought they would. I thought, things would just kind of fall in my lap. And ironically, they did end up falling in my lap. But I basically had to come back to the States for several reasons. I had to restart, or I chose to restart my real estate business because it was going to be the best source of income for me to be able to work remote. So I restarted my real estate business. I had several different government office type meetings I had to go to that required me to be in the States. There was a couple of things that I just had to come back to the States for, from kind of running out of money, and also having to restart my business and getting all of that stuff squared away. And then also some just different appointments I had to do that I couldn't do in Mexico. So I came back to Texas planning on was being here for 1 month. And, I have been here for 4 months. And I've been living in East Texas at my cousin's lake house property for the past 2 months, I would say. But basically, in a nutshell, I've been in super hustle grind mode between restarting my real estate company. We now have 23 agents all over the state of Texas. I have gotten 3 wellness certifications in the past 2 months. So I'm now level 1, level 2 regenerative health certified, which is basically like a detox coach, and also an iridology certification too. So if you guys aren't familiar with regenerative health or iridology, I basically have gotten certified in that, which I'll be sharing a lot more over the next moving forward, I'll be sharing more about it. So basically, I've been here in this house. Obviously, I don't drive anymore, and I sold my car, so I don't even have a car even if I wanted to drive. But so I've just been kind of in this house alone, in a little bit of isolation, just grinding, getting my business like up and running, my health and wellness, plus the real estate business, plus getting all those certifications, and also cranking out content to get my channel monetized. So over the past 4 months, like I've just been super grind mode, isolation, and now that everything is squared away, money's flowing back in. I got all of my little like appointment type things that I had to do here in the States completed. I am heading back out of town. I'm going to start in San Pancho, Mexico. And then I don't know what's going to happen after that. I have always kind of dreamed of being, I guess, a nomad, being a digital nomad of some sort. And I think that's what 2024 is going to end up looking like for me, is traveling Central and South America. That's what it's looking like. I've gone back and forth a lot about if I wanted to get a permanent residence, if I wanted to like settle down, have belongings, have a stable home, but I'm still just not in a place where I really want to like commit to any location or commit to anything specifically. I have always really wanted to have a free life. I never really knew what that looked like because I didn't know anybody who was doing it, but I always wanted to be really free. And I think that's why I got into I know that's why I got into real estate from the very beginning, is because I wanted time freedom and I didn't want to be tied down anywhere. And yeah, I think I, just am finally free. And I have now set up to where I have several different sources of income, between my online coaching for real estate, my online coaching for health and wellness, my apartment locating company, my content creation stuff. Like I've set up all of these different businesses, so now I can make money no matter where I am. And I'm just not ready to settle down yet and just make a permanent home anywhere. I just really want to keep exploring, and for the first time, like everything is actually squared away. When I went to Thailand, with a couple of $1,000s in my bank account. And when I say a couple, I mean like under $4,000 in my bank account. And I had no job and no plan. And I was sitting in a ton of debt. And this is something I'm going to talk about later. But about a year and a half ago, or about a year ago, or a year and a half ago, when I decided to kind of just quit everything in my life, I had zero plan. I just knew that I wanted to go travel because I didn't know how long I was going to have my vision. And while I was traveling, I just realized how happy and free I had felt. And it was just like this feeling that I had been longing for my entire life. But I didn't really have a game plan for how it was going to work. I just kept, again, for the first time in my entire life, just kept feeling like everything was going to work out and it was going to pan out. And ironically, there's been like different like hurdles that I've had to deal with. Everything did end up working out. And now everything is perfectly set up for me just to go live and be free and be a digital nomad for however long I want. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about how I did this whole digital nomad thing, my financial journey, because like my financial journey as an entrepreneur, health and wellness, mindset, traveling, basically everything that I have learned over the past, like, I don't even know, just my whole life, because my life has been a whirlwind of hard life lessons, but I just am excited to be able to start sharing with you guys. So here's just a little recap. I finally monetized my channel. I'm going to be heading out to just do this digital nomad thing. It'll be interesting to see like how long I make it, because being a digital nomad is so fun and exciting. But when you're solo traveling, even though I'm like very good at being alone, sometimes it does get lonely. But then you end up doing what I've done and coming back and just being like, okay, even though I really missed my family, like this is not where I need to be living. This is not where I need to be. So Yeah, I'm headed back out in 2 weeks and I'm nervous and excited, but I just feel a lot more secure now that everything is just like set up. As far as like my businesses, my finances, all of my belongings. Like when I went to Thailand, all my stuff went into a storage unit. And then when I went to Mexico, all of my stuff was just kind of sporadically stored at my parents' house. So I've had the past couple of months to get rid of stuff, minimize my belongings to just like a small corner in a garage. And I just feel like everything is finally in its place. So yeah, so this is just a little life recap.